Hello students, let us continue the lesson Respiration in Organisms. Now let us learn about the mechanism of breathing. What happens during breathing? During inhalation, the ribs move up and outwards and the diaphragm moves down. So this is the ribs, the white skeletal structure is the ribs, and the black line that shows the black line, that is a muscular sheet called diaphragm. The moment the ribs move up and outwards and the diaphragm moves down, this movement increases the space in the chest cavity and the air rushes into the lungs. The lungs get filled with air. What happens during exhalation? That is, in this diagram it shows exhalation. The ribs move down and inwards and it pushes the lungs inwards. This reduces the size of the chest cavity and air is pushed out of the lungs. These movements in our body can be felt easily. If you take a breath and keeping your palm on the abdomen, you can feel the movement of abdomen, and while breathing you can find the size of the chest also. While taking a deep breath, you can measure the size of the chest using a measuring tape, and when you exhale also you can measure the size of the chest when expanded or uncontracted. And we can understand the mechanism of breathing by a simple model here. Now let us see, what do we breathe out? So let us see through a small activity. Take a wide plastic bottle. Remove the bottom as shown in the figure. Get a Y-shaped glass or plastic tube. Make a hole in the lid. Make a hole in the lid so that the tube may pass through it as shown in the figure. To the forked end of the tube, fix two deflated balloons. See, deflated balloons, that is not blown. Take two deflated balloons and fix it to the forked end of the tube. Introduce the tube into the bottle as shown in the figure. Now cap the bottle, seal it to make it airtight. To the open base of the bottle, tie a thin rubber or plastic sheet using a large rubber band. So what happens? Now pull the rubber sheet from the base downwards and watch the balloons. So what do you notice? Pull the rubber sheet from the base downwards and watch the balloons. You can see that in the picture shown in the left side. Now the air enters inside through the lid and the balloons enlarge, expands. This is the change in the balloons. These are the changes in the balloons. Now what do the balloons? Now push the rubber or plastic sheet up and observe the balloons. Now what is the change in the balloon? The balloons again get deflated. Now what do the balloons in this model represent? What does the rubber sheet represent here? Now the balloons inside the bottle represents the lungs, the working of the lungs, and the rubber sheet represents the diaphragm. Yes, what do we breathe out? So we breathe out the air, carbon dioxide, rich in carbon dioxide. This can be found out by a small activity. Take a slender, clean test tube or a glass or a plastic bottle as shown in the figure. Make a hole in its lid and fix it on the bottle. Pour some freshly prepared lime water in the test tube. Insert a plastic straw through the hole in the lid in such a way it should dip in the water. Now you blow gently through the straw a few minutes. There is a change in the appearance of lime water. How does it change? It turns milky. The lime water turns milky. So what does it infer? So the air we inhale contains carbon dioxide. So because of the exhale, the air we exhale contains carbon dioxide. That the lime water turns milky. That shows the presence of carbon dioxide in it. when we breathe out in front of a mirror, we can find the water droplets on the surface of a mirror. So what does it show? Along with the carbon dioxide, we also exhale water. So let us end up the class here. We'll continue in the next class. Thank you.